Hello, boys and girls, and welcome back to Kids to College. This is an experiment for next Tuesday, April 13th, but we're going to go ahead and get the video up now. As you see, you have a different view of my kitchen because we're going to need to use a microwave today. The first part of this experiment is designed to prove whether or not the claim is true that certain soaps will float and certain will not. So it's really simple. You're going to need a bowl of water and a bar of soap, which you'll be provided with. We're going to drop it in and we're going to see if it floats. Now, as we see, it sunk right to the bottom. And why is that? Well, that's a really good question. Now, if it sinks, then that tells us that there are no air pockets inside of the soap. And certain brands, like Ivory soap, will have air pockets in them in which they do float. Okay, so now we're going to remove it from our water, okay? And I'm going to dump my water out in the sink. And we're going to take a plate, and I'm going to see if I can maybe break my bar in half, except I can't. So the next step, we'll jump right to that, is that we're going to use a knife, and this needs parental guidance when you're doing this because you will need a sharp steak knife to do this. And we're going to cut it into 4 equal pieces, okay? And it's harder than it looks. But we've got our first, and I'll tilt my camera so that you can see. Okay, and then, so we've got 2 pieces. Okay, and now we're going to cut it in the center again. And one more time so that we have our 4 even pieces. Okay, and that one kind of split apart, but that's okay. Now, the next step, this is where it gets fun, and we're going to make a puffy souffle, is we have our 4 pieces that are cut up on our plate, and we are going to put them in the microwave, okay? And we're going to microwave it on high for 1 minute. And as it's in the microwave, I want you to watch it. Don't take your eyes off of it because it's going to start to expand and erupt into big puffy clouds, okay? And be careful not to overcook it. So I'm going to put this in my microwave so that you can see it. And my microwave is right behind me. And we're going to put it in for 1 minute. And I'm going to watch it carefully to make sure I don't overcook it, but also to see what I can see happening. So far, it looks like it might be melting a little bit. And it's also making the house smell very good on a side note. So we're making our own air freshener in that way. We are down to 30 seconds. So let's see what happens after 30 more seconds. And I would love it if you could share photos or post videos of things you're creating and working on, even if they aren't the experiments that we're doing here. And I just want you to all know that we miss you very much at Kids to College. So we're down 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's see what's happening. Okay, so my soap has started to get fluffy, but it's not quite where I want it yet. However, as you see, I can pick it up and play with it. So I'm going to pop it back in for another. And now remember, when you take this out of the microwave, it will be hot. So like when I just touched it, it was pretty hot. So before you start playing with it and molding it, you may want to give it a minute to cool down a little bit, okay? So we're down to 15 seconds. Let's see what another 30 seconds has done to our, oh, I see it expanding and rising. So this is going to be dependent on your microwave and the power of your microwave. So if yours looks like mine did after the first minute, then I suggest you pop it back in for another half a minute, because this is our end result that we want, right? And we want to be sure not to overcook it. So I just want to show you, okay? So this is our puffy souffle. And like I said, it's pretty hot right now. However, as we start tearing it apart, and it is very, very hot, we have turned this bar of soap into our own form of slime in some way. So I'm going to let this cool, and then I'm going to revisit it in about an hour and see what awesome things that I can make out of, because it really is, it's fluffy like slime is, but it also kind of reminds me of Play-Doh. And so this could be a way that we're making our own homemade Play-Doh. So I'll post a video in about an hour so you can see what happens after I've let it cool. I hope you have a wonderful day from Kids to College.